Hola, amigas.
Hola.
¿Cómo
¿Qué
están?
pasa?
Feliz noche de Halloween, okay? There's like a clip going around where the sound is like, Noche de Brujas, Halloween, Noche de Brujas, and I love it. But I think they say something else too. I don't know. Anyways, welcome to Barrio Bitches
Podcast.
Halloween Trick or Treat edition.
Halloween special.
Trick or treat. Do you remember? Do you remember saying trick or treat?
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're going to have a bunch of spooky topics, like talking about our taxes, mortgages, and broken dreams.
Yes, broken dreams. But yeah, on today's podcast, we have quite a variety of nightmarish topics.
Number one, first of all, do you believe in ghosts? Too long.
I'm conflicted about it. And I was talking to my barber about this because I grew up Catholic. Like, I've been confirmed. I did that whole thing. I'm gay. So, like, I have, like, a very interesting relationship with, like, spirituality, like, afterlife, all of that kind of shit. Also, my partner has a PhD in physics. So, he doesn't believe in anything. He believes in science, kind of none of that crap.
Yeah.
So I'm conflicted because sometimes when I'm at home, I get certain feelings. Like I do feel like there's entities or something in there. I have conflicting feelings about God. I don't necessarily believe in a Christian God. I believe in some sort of deity that, who are we as people to be like, that's Christian or, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but there's been times at home where it's just me and my cat, Charles Fitzwilliam Bingley, AKA Bing, my cat, orange cat, 20 pounds.
Not you outing Bing like that.
He's watching like, bitch, you gained 20 pounds. No, sometimes I'll be in bed and I'll hear a noise and both of us react to it.
That thing where
That's
like
creepy.
your pet just kind of looks, which
I mean, I get scared when he just looks, but if both of us react, then that is scarier to me.
and then do you guys look at each other? Are you like, did you hear that?
We have before, yes. So yeah, I don't know. I feel things, but I'm not like white people in a scary movie who's like, I'm gonna go explore. I'm just like, I'm gonna mind my business. And what's interesting is, so in your school, were there any ghost stories?
Yes.
Okay, because in my high school, there was like supposedly one classroom that like was haunted, and the teacher there every year would tell the story, and I can't even remember what the story was. But I remember her thing was that if you ever feel a ghost or you're confronted by one, what you're supposed to say is, leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
So I'm telling you, one time at my mom's house in the valley, I was home alone. The TV turned on by itself in my mom's room, and I was in my room.
to like to like a regular channel, or like that crinkling thing that it
A
does?
regular channel.
Okay.
So it could have been a weird wire. I don't know what it was. But there I am as a kid. Leave me alone. So
You're like, the power of Christ compels you.
You're like, I don't believe in God, but like, anyway. But
Diosito, Diosito.
yeah. So I've definitely done that, like, leave me alone thing before. Shout out to, I don't even know what the name of that teacher was, but I remember hearing that. And then not long after, that's when the TV turned on by itself. So, and then in my family, like, apparently, like, one of my grandma on my mom's side, her mom had a brother who was studying to be like a curandero, apparently. Because my grandma's stepdad, like, apparently their family, like, they were like kind of like very perceptive people, and they kind of did that.
Oh, I feel like there's a lot of that. There's always that one person in your family who's like
Intuitive,
more in tuned in that way.
Yeah.
In mine, I would say it's my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how you say like, leave me alone. Well, my mom says that in the times that she's like felt something, or like a light turns on, whatever. Hers is more of like, no tengo tiempo. Like, vete aquí, no tengo tiempo.
Right.
Like, that's the kind
You're
of response.
blocking that energy.
She's like, no. No empieces. And then, like, it stops. Like, that's my mom's, like, attitude, where it's like, she feels it, but she doesn't have time for it. So she just tells, like, go away. And it does.
Has she done that while you've been at home and you're like, okay, this is too much?
No. I don't think so, because these have been stories where she's like, oh no, like I was just by myself in the house and like this happens. But how much of it is our minds playing tricks on us?
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know. I mean, I guess if the TV turned on, the TV turned on. Like you didn't imagine that.
Yeah, I think like from like my partner's perspective, he's like, there's 100 things that could have,
Yeah.
that could have happened to result in that. But I think as humans, like, you go straight to magic. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm conflicted about it. I don't know. Again, it could just be imagine. Maybe I'm already feeling anxious about being home alone. Then like, it's a confirmation bias if I hear a creaking. You know what I mean? And I think it's something. I don't know. I feel like the human psychology is like so complicated that it's hard. I mean, here's the thing. People are like, well, I want proof. I'm like, I don't want proof. I don't want to wake up to some man or woman or child like at the foot of my bed. No, thank you.
Like, I'm okay just saying that there is or there isn't. I
Yeah.
don't need to see proof. Like, I feel like I've mentioned this before, but I swear I have sleep paralysis.
You've told me some pretty horrifying.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell the audience?
Well, yeah. Okay, so it's happened. It hasn't happened in a while, I don't think. And I guess I would call them like seasons, episodes, whatever, because it's been two different instances that have stretched over a period of time. But when I say two, is that at the beginning, when I was younger, and this must have been like high school, I would have like a sleep paralysis where I would see an old man. So instead of like, they're like, what's your night paralysis demon? For me, it was like an old man in like a long black coat with a hat, like very detective looking, I think, with like the, what do you call it, the collar up like that, so you couldn't really see. Right. It was like white hair, long white hair, black hat, and like I could never really see his face clearly. Yeah. But that's what I saw. And it would be like, oh, at the foot of my bed, at the door, feeling, and then me being like, I can't move. And then once I could, like it went away. So,
was there like have you felt fear? Like, was it a yes. huge amount of fear? And have you ever felt like that?
Yeah.
In real life or like anything like that?
In real life, no. But it was like in my sleep, it would, freak me out. And there were moments where like I would see this old man in my dreams as well. And he was always chasing me. And I'm always like going one door to the next and like locking it and going to the next door and locking it. And like, it was always like that. And one time I like casually told my mom, and my mom was like, I used to have that exact same dream. And I was like, no. Oh my God, goosebumps. She was like, when did you start having it? And I feel. Did
she get like real serious about it?
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, it started like so and so. She goes, that's when I stopped. And I was like, what? And I don't know how much of this is like true, but apparently she had like gone through something like that. And then like when it stopped for her, it started for me. And that was real scary. So that was like the first time. And then.
You were how old?
Ooh, I would say maybe like between 14 and 17.
You're a witch. It feels very like Sabrina. You know how like she got her powers by levitating.
Awakening. Yeah, my witch awakening.
I was always waiting for my witch awakening. It never happened.
You never know. Uno nunca sabe. You never know. Right? And so then it stopped, and it happened again when I was in college. So it stopped for a while. So like I saw the old man like a couple of times, and then it stopped. And then when I started having it in college, it was a woman. It was a woman like in white. She had like long black hair, but she would always try to wake me up. Like she was always bugging me. So I could feel her at the foot of my bed, or I would see her at the foot of my bed, and then I could feel, or my brain would make me think that she was pulling on me, like on my like PJ pants or whatever, like trying to like get me to move. Her I saw a couple of times, and I feel like there were times where I woke up being like, no, like leave me alone. And then eventually, this one went on for longer because eventually I remember being so annoyed by her.
You're like, yeah, déjame.
Yeah, like her being like at the foot of my bed, and I'd be like, not right now, I'm really tired, and just like would go back to sleep.
Yeah.
And then it stopped, and I don't think it's happened since.
Do you think, I mean, I would be interested to see if there's any research on this, like if it's trauma based. Do you think at the times when that happened, were you going through a lot of traumatic or stressful moments in your life?
Maybe. I mean, I don't see why that couldn't be like a reason, but probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, when I was in high school, that's when my dad passed away. So I feel like a lot of it is like rooted in that.
Yeah.
And then in college, I was literally like in a new place by myself. Like there were people I knew that came to university, like a small group of us from the same town, same high school or whatever. But I didn't have like family close like that.
Yeah,
So
it's
maybe,
different.
but yeah, that was real creepy. And I never told my mom about that one because I'm gonna be like, I bet you she's gonna be like, I
Me
saw
too.
her too.
Me too.
Me too. Yeah. So no.
Yeah, like I mean, I didn't grow up in a family where we did a lot of like limpiezas or anything
Con
like
el
that.
huevo.
Like we didn't really do
Sana,
that, but
sana.
my mom one time said that when my brother was like maybe 2 or 3, they went to a wedding and he was just out on the dance floor dancing or whatever, like just being real cute, and he was getting a lot of attention, and that as soon as they got home, he started getting really, really sick, like out of nowhere. And so they did like, the huevo or whatever. And like when they cracked the egg, it was like red. So my mom is even though I don't think my mom believes that, she's like, I just thought it was weird because he was out there and somebody must have been like jealous
Or that's
or
the
something.
ojo, no?
Yeah.
Like when you see a baby, and I mean that's how I remember more the huevo thing.
Yeah.
When it was like a baby who somebody like lo chulea, but they don't touch the baby. They're just like, oh my God, what a cute baby. And then the baby won't stop crying.
Yeah.
Or the baby has colic or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's how I remember being like the huevo. But then also barriendo people. One time, like years ago, when my cousin started to drive, she was a teenager. I believe the story is that she got in a car accident and like it really like gave her some PTSD. Like it really scared her.
Yeah.
She was really scared to like, I guess, drive. But I think she also just had like a fear in her because she had never been in that situation and just left something in her.
Yeah.
And my mom like le dio una barrisa so that she could feel better. And that's also there's also something about like, what is it, holistic, homeopathic, that placebo effect. Maybe
Right.
that's just what gets you feeling like, okay, I did something to get better, so I'm going to get better.
Right. Totally. Because I guess when you're in your own mind, you're just like, you're holding on to that. But if someone's giving you an opportunity to release it, it probably does something to your mind where like, you're just like, okay, this is my time to like,
Yes,
let it go.
Yeah. And that also reminds me of something that I've seen online that I started seeing it way more like during the well, I was on TikTok during the pandemic, but it was more so about how like your body holds grief.
Yes.
And somebody was saying that a very specific, or actually I don't know if it's specific for real, but a certain hip exercise allows you to release trauma or grief that your body is holding, or that people don't realize how much grief or trauma their body is holding, that when they do certain exercises, like it releases that.
Yeah.
And people are like, when I did the so-and-so hip thing, like I started crying, and I was like, what? Like, could you really do stretch in some way that your body just like releases something, but also your brain, like, just, I don't know, are you like uncovering a memory? Are you like, what is it? And then what overcomes,
Yeah. I do always wonder, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm very aware of like my trauma or like things, but I'm like, maybe there are things that I'm just like have hidden away. I have no idea.
Oh, no,
that would be
for
frightening.
sure.
That would be frightening.
I feel like that's the reason why some of us don't remember a lot of things from our childhood.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Yeah. So you said it's a hip, like a specific part of the hip?
In the videos that I've seen specifically, they reference something in the hips, something like here in this part of your body that like holds so much trauma. Curious.
That sounds like
Curious
a white thing. That sounds like ayahuasca or something, like it just, some white girl is just like, I never had a sweet 16 or something. I don't know. You know what I mean?
No, I'm sure white people have it real hard.
Shout out to all the white people. Red pillars. We see you. We hear you. We don't agree, but I hear you.
Sure.
So yeah, ghosts.
Yeah. I don't know that. I mean, I want to say I believe in them.
Has anything happened here that was weird?
Not something that I couldn't rationalize.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, Lola stares at something.
Yeah.
She'll growl, and I'm like, What are we looking at, girl? Like,
Oh, growling. Okay, that's so not, like if my cat started like doing the scaredy cat pose, that would freak me out
okay.
because he doesn't normally do that. What?
Lola just kind of keeps, but any noise gets her going. So I'm like, okay, girl, calm down.
Well, Luke is always like, that's just the house settling. I'm like, well, it's been settling for 5 years, I guess. Have you ever done a Ouija board?
No, that I don't fuck with.
Yeah, I don't fuck. I like.
Somebody brings the Ouija board to the party. I'm like, my mom called. So she said I have to go home. I'm out of there.
I agree. Like, if something appears to me, that's fine. I'm not gonna go seek it out.
Right.
That's different.
That's why people shit.
That's witchcraft.
Eso
But not
es
the
brujería.
cool kind. Like, it's not. I want to be Sabrina. I don't want to be the craft.
Really? I feel like you'd be into
Well,
the craft.
okay,
When
well-
she's like, we are the weirdos, sir. Or what?
Well, I want. What's the name of the good girl? I want to be her. I don't want to be.
You don't want to be Nancy? I bind you, Nancy, from doing harm.
I guess I would love to be a Nancy, but there's repercussions for your actions. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I guess that's the whole point is, right? I think they talk about that in the movie. Like,
Because she takes it too far.
well, it's like you're asking for something, but then something needs to be taken
you
away.
you have to give something back. It's going to cost you something.
Yeah, there's a cost to everything.
Yeah. But no, I wouldn't do the Ouija board. I honestly don't know like why it's a board game.
Yeah.
Like why you could just go to fucking Target and there's one right there. What about duendes? Do you believe in duendes?
No. Do you?
I guess not. I mean, I've never thought about it too much. Not as much as you right there. But I feel like I see, obviously, these might be AI or whatever the fuck, or just like fake videos. But when they talk about like seeing the duendes, like, I'm like, ooh, sí me asusta.
Ugh, that'd be creepy. What about, like, do owls freak you out?
I think that's where I'm like, I'd be down to see a witch in the trees.
Yeah. Well, I remember like as a kid, that was like a big story that the grandparents would tell was like to fear owls. Like that's like a bad sign.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, but what's funny is I remember seeing a meme or it was like a video of there was an owl in a church and all the people start singing at the owl because it's like an omen, but the owl's like
I was like, this is my favorite song.
like Wendy Williams. Yeah. I was like, I don't think that's helping. Well, there's this whole thing too in the gay community, like being like a gay witch. But I think that just goes from feeling like outcasts, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where witchcraft or like the whole witchy thing is like, you're an outcast. Like you said,
Yeah.
we are the weirdos.
Being a witch is just being a woman.
True.
Like women sort of having, they reach puberty, blood, witch.
Yeah,
They
everything
have
about
like
being a
sexual
woman.
desires, slut, witch. Like,
You know what's so interesting is like from a historical perspective, I was listening to a podcast about the Elizabethan era or whatever. Like men thought that women had a proclivity for like sexuality, like they were sexually charged. And I'm like, yeah, because the men weren't the ones who had like would go to the whorehouse or had like multiple mistresses, but women are the problem.
yeah, like men have been horny since the beginning of time. And a woman is like, I'm feeling spicy too. Then it's like, witch.
Whore.
Yeah.
Whore.
Burn her. Like, yeah.
Dunk her in the lake or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Well, a lot of the like witchy iconography, like the broom and stuff, and like the cauldron started because women used to be in charge of brewing beer, and so there was a cauldron that was involved. And then also the broom came from like they would hang the broom from like outside their door to show that like, oh, I have like beer ready to sell. So there's all these little things that like women took charge of that were like used to like subject women.
and now
You know what I mean?
beer is just like a guy thing.
Yeah. Everyone drank beer back in the day because all the water was polluted.
Was beer like mead? Is that the same
Yeah, so
thing?
the way we think of beer is different. Like back then it was like something completely different.
Como atole.
I feel like it had more like spices and shit in it. Also, like I remember watching this show called The Young Victoria about like Queen Victoria or whatever. Anyway, there was a scene there where there's a cholera epidemic, and so typically that's waterborne. That's a waterborne illness. Only women and children were getting affected because men typically were the ones, they didn't drink water, they drank beer. So it's interesting to see too, like the differences in gender. It's always women and children who. But then some of the red pillars are like, well, yeah, men go to war. I'm like, yeah, but women
Have you
get
seen
left
that video
behind.
where the guy's like, men, most suicides are by men and men go to war, and then the woman's like, and who set that system up?
And he's like, I don't know.
Like men.
Totally. Well, some people want to go back to that. I think everyone thinks they're like some warrior. I'm like, okay, if society collapsed and we're all on our own, you think you're going to be like a warlord?
You
I don't
think
think
these
so.
mics are gonna save you in the post-apocalypse?
Also, like, if there was a breakdown of society, like, we're going to go to a society where like there's only a few people in power. It's going to be like now. Like, you think just because you have 10 guns, well, guess what? Someone else has 50. Someone else has 100.
I'm just what is it? I don't want to, like, if there's a zombie outbreak.
Yeah, like
I'm just
Regina
going to
King.
live as much as my hot Cheetos last me.
This is dark, but like Luke and I, my partner, have talked about like if there was like a breakdown and there was no hope, like
Do you have a bunker?
no, I think I don't want to die in a violent way, but I think there would be a point where I'm like, all right, we're both leaving, like sleeping pills, something like that.
Let's go memes.
Yeah,
I'm done.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's also that thing, like, we both wear glasses.
Mhm.
So, and I wear contacts, but it's like, what happened in the zombie apocalypse? What happens when your glasses break? Someone's like, I'm living until my glasses break and then I'm out, because what else are you going to do?
Or like in Yellow Jackets, how when they get stuck, that one girl who's taking medication to like,
Yes.
'cause
She only had like 7 days worth of
because she
pills.
had, what was it, hallucinations or something?
Yeah.
It's interesting that like what we deem as like a mental illness or something that needs to be fixed with medication, like I guess back in the day, yeah, you would have been like a priestess or something because you would have seen shit.
Well, that's why we were witches too, because we had ADHD.
Totally.
We had sleep paralysis. We were depressed, and all of a sudden, we're witches.
Yeah, so kind of another spooky topic I wanted to talk about was broken dreams.
Womp womp.
And what I mean by that, and I don't mean to be a bummer, but I feel
I don't
like
mean to be a bummer, says all of the bumming things.
I feel like, I'm going to be 34, you're going to be 35. So I,
30 fine, as some of us would call it. I'm going to be 30 fine.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're like, sure, bitch.
I'm coming to a point where the dreams I had at 18 or like 21 or 16, some of them, so let me tell you. So one of my dreams was like I wanted to like move to New York and become a fashion editor, or I wanted to work in fashion.
Devil Wears Prada.
Yes, very that. Definitely inspired by that. But I feel like as you get older and reality sets in, maybe that's not going to happen. Maybe it will. Maybe this podcast will blow up and maybe I can have new opportunities to do things. But I don't know. At 33, I don't see myself moving to New York and like giving it a shot.
Yeah.
So I'm coming to a point where I need to figure out like new dreams, which is
Okay.
kind of hard because I don't even know where to start. Especially since, I was let go from my job in February. My partner and I decided that I was going to take some time off and just kind of be a house husband for right now. So it's even compounded even more because now I'm like, well, what am I going to do?
Right.
I had this like path where I was like, I'm going to do marketing. We both met in the marketing industry where I thought I was going to do marketing and just kind of do that until I retired. And now I just don't really know. I mean, I have interests, but I don't even know how to get started. It's hard once you're older because you feel like it's too late for everything.
Yeah. And I completely agree with that. I mean, when I was in high school, I thought I was going to write for the New York Times. I was going to be a journalist. I took journalism classes. I have a degree in journalism, and I thought that was going to be my path, being a reporter and then going to the big city and like writing for someone like a the Washington Post or the New York, something like that.
Were you inspired by Rory Gilmore?
No, I never watched Golden Girls. No, wait,
Apparent-
¿cómo se llama?
Gilmore Girls,
Gilmore
Golden
Girls.
Girls. No, we fuck with the Golden Girls. That was her dream, that she wanted to be a journalist and all that. Although she's considered like the millennial like nightmare, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, because she
gets a lot of hate on TikTok.
She really
I will
does,
say. Like
yeah.
I see a lot of clips where they're hating on like
yeah,
a
and maybe we can have
compilation
a
of them
separate
hating.
episode about the Gilmore Girls from somebody who like watched that. But yeah, that was like her dream, was to like become a writer. I wonder if that's like, do you think that was like a big thing for our generation, was like
Everybody
female
wanted
writers?
to be a writer? Maybe.
Although maybe it's confirmation bias because you were already around those group of people already, since you were in journalism. So you
Yeah.
were around people like that.
I joined a journalism class first in 6th grade. So that was like my first exposure to it. And we had like very specific, like, okay, someone wrote about music, sports, and all that stuff. And like that's when I fell in love with it. And then yeah, that just kind of like became my thing. I want to be a writer. I want to be a reporter. And then I actually did reporting in college, and I was like, because people don't really respect reporters in the sense of like, they don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
It's hard to like get people to interview. Not everybody wants to like talk to the media, whatever. So yeah, that kind of leaves me in the broken dreams where it's like, well, I never became a writer.
Yeah. No, totally.
But you know, my toxic trait is that I think I could write a good movie. You know why? Because I guess every single movie I'm watching.
Me too.
I'm like, to the line, I will guess the line.
Have you thought about exploring writing? Is that something like you want to maybe take seriously, or is it just kind of like, you're like, well, maybe it'd be cool?
I think that it would be more so because my husband likes to write, and he's like creative like that. So in shorts, ideas for movies and all that stuff.
Collabs. Yeah.
I feel like I could contribute to that.
But you don't want to head a project of your own.
I don't think so. But that's maybe just because it feels like a lot of effort. And yeah.
Like effort that you don't think is worth it, or do you think the effort is because like maybe you're a little like, what if I don't succeed at it?
I think so. I think for me it's more like that. It's more like it's a lot of energy for me to put into something like that, and like still I mean tons of people do this every day. To like do your passion on the side but then still have a job.
Yeah.
I don't think I have the headspace for that right now.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't think I did either until I became unemployed. So right now I'm just trying to figure out, so I'm going back to school to get a certificate in like 3D modeling. So I do have like a background in interior design. I love interior design. And typically if you're going to go into that sector, like you need to have some sort of software experience with that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back to school. We'll see how that goes. But like, I mean, I don't have a plan. And that's the scary part.
Does anybody have a plan? And
here's the thing. I think both of us, you know, we're Latinos. I think it's always about being practical.
Okay.
Like what you just said is very practical. You're like, I'm not going to get anything out of it.
Yeah.
Out of me writing.
So that's actually also what I was wanted to say is that I can't be a risk taker like that because I think about the security and all that stuff. Like shout out to the people who quit their jobs to do what they love. I feel like I just mentally, like, that stresses me out so much that I'm scared. I'm scared to do that.
Yeah.
And some people do it because they're in a good place to do it. Like they have the support.
Or they have no choice sometimes.
Yeah. And right now my choice is like, okay, have a salary.
Yeah. I was listening to a podcast with, I forget the actress. She's on Abbott Elementary. She plays the principal.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So she was talking about how, like, you know, she was like doing odd jobs here and there. And then she just, you know, went and did a set and was like, I'm going to do this. Sometimes you just have to, like, I guess, go for it. I just need to get my head out of my ass and just like pick something. But in my head, I'm like, well, what's going to make me the most money, or like what is like easier, or like what's this or that. And I feel like Janelle James.
You can. I guess that's also the thing. Like these people who are taking these risks aren't doing it for the money.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably not the first thing that they think
Yeah.
about. It's about what they want to do and what they love.
Yeah.
And for me, I think that, you know, for the people who say money can't buy you happiness, but it can pay for a lot of things.
Oh yeah, it can give you like nice experiences. You can go on vacations. Like
you can provide for family members too who need it.
Yes.
Like, so I think that's that part of me where I wouldn't be able to just kind of say like, all right, I'm going to quit my job tomorrow and I'm going to pursue whatever.
Yeah.
Because the other part of me is like, no, bitch. Like, people depend on you. Like,
yeah,
you depend on you.
Yeah.
¿Quieres casa? Pues órale, ponte a trabajar. Like, what is it? You want a Bugatti? You better work, bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
that's the mentality that I wrestle with when it's like, okay, pursuing passion versus being a cog in the machine.
We did want to talk about high school horror stories, right?
Oh, yes. What is what's the ghost story of your high school or middle school?
Like I said before, I can't remember, but we had a haunted classroom, supposedly.
Were you ever in that classroom?
Yes, I did have a class in there one time. This was like towards senior year. And do you remember like when you were a freshman, you're like taking pre-AP classes?
Yeah.
And then as you get like towards senior, you're like, I'm going to take the CP class, and it's a world of difference. And so one of the things she would do was like talk about like ghost stories and stuff like that. I just can't remember what they were.
The lore of the high school that I went to was that, and I never saw it. It was like a closed off under the gym. There were some stairs, and those doors I never saw them open. It was locked. I hope I'm even remembering right that it was under the gym, but the story was that used to be like, where they would shoot. What do you call that as a class? A shooting range?
Like with bullets or like clay pigeons or what?
Good question.
Okay.
You know what?
So y'all had shooting classes
we didn't.
as a credit? Oh, okay.
Well, as a credit. No, we didn't. But I remember that
credit.
being like there was a shooting range down there. And for me, I think at the time I didn't question it, but I was like, you're right. Were there classes?
Yeah.
Was it ROTC stuff? Do ROTC people shoot guns? I don't know.
Uh-huh.
And so that was so the story is that was closed off, and like it was haunted because somebody had accidentally shot somebody there, and so there was like somebody got killed, and that was the ghost. Never saw anything.
Creepy.
Never. Nobody really ever talked about it in depth, so I don't know how old this story must have been.
Who did you hear the story from? Was it teachers? Was it students?
Students.
Oh, okay.
So I guess there's less.
The faculty wasn't involved.
Yeah.
There was no faculty conspiracy.
The Faculty is my favorite movie, by the way. One of my favorite movies, filmed in Austin. So there's this actress on there. Her name is Famke Janssen.
Famkin.
Probably like butchering.
We'll just call her
name.
Fam.
And she plays like a meek teacher. She's like hot. She's pretty, but she's like the meek teacher, wears glasses.
And a ponytail.
Yeah, and the ponytail. Like she's got a little half ponytail, so she's like obviously ugly.
Yeah.
And then once the alien thing gets her, it is an alien, right? Like once whatever that creature gets she's hot. She shows up, trae un lipstick, she just looks
titties.
like hot. Like titties are out, cleavage is out, and now she's like hot, right? So she's in that movie, and I love that movie. Just one, it's filmed in Austin. I think that's pretty cool. It's Robert Rodriguez, and I think he does some pretty good stuff.
Is this pre-Spy Kids?
Oh, yeah. Also iconic. And then we were in LA, and we were there for a concert, and we had made reservations to Travis Barker's vegan restaurant. So we're there, we're checking it out. I sit there, and I'm just kind of looking around of like, who do I know, who's famous, and like pretending that I'm like checking my purse or my hair, but I'm like, and so we saw Mark Maron, who I didn't recognize. He did, because he knows him more than I do. So but I was like, oh, okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
We saw the comedian Bobby Lee, like walking
Oh, yeah.
through.
Uh-huh,
And I
uh-huh.
was like, I recognize him from TikTok. So I'm like, I know that I was like, I know he's a comedian, and I've seen him more on a podcast
Yeah.
that he's like those clips.
Yeah.
And so then I see Famke, and I look, and I'm like, oh my god, it's the woman from House on Haunted Hill from the faculty. I remember like texting Jackie, and I'm like, this is who's sitting like behind us. And she was like, oh my god, because you know we both like love scary movies, and the faculty like was, I really like it because it was filmed in Austin. It's Robert Rodriguez, and it's like a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
And she plays the character that's like the teacher that's all meek and stuff. And when she gets, I guess, what do you call it? Once her body is snatched. Yeah, when she's body snatched, then she has a snatched body. Like, then she shows up. But anyways, I was like, should I say something to her? Like, I was like, oh my God. I was more starstruck by her than like anybody else that I saw at that point. And so then I didn't want to interrupt her because, you know, celebrities are real people, you guys. Yeah. They're real people too.
They're trying to eat.
They just want to have their dinner. And so I did the next best thing, which is when she went to the bathroom, I followed her. So that meant that, like, okay, she went, and I didn't immediately get up, but I was like, okay, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Like, have to pee.
But to my defense, I did say before, I think I'm going to have to go to the bathroom soon. And then I was like, wait, now's my chance. So we went, and I walk in, and it's just 2 stalls. Like 2 stalls and then the sink. So I'm there, and I'm standing, and then I'm like, oops, she could be in either one of these. So I'm like, oh, I might not even see her. So then she comes out, and the first thing I do is I go, and she like looks at me. And by this time, somebody else walked in who started making line behind me. And she walks out, and I'm all like, and then she kind of like smiles and like goes to wash her hands. And I go up to her while she's washing her hands, and I was like, I loved you in the faculty.
You played it so cool. I can't believe
and
it.
She's just like, oh, thank you. And she's also so fucking tall that she's like kind of crouching down to like the sink.
Right.
Yucky. Like, I loved you in the faculty. It's one of my favorite movies because it was filmed in Austin and I live in Austin. Like, I said shit. And then she was like, he's remaking that movie. And I was like, Robert Rodriguez?
Exclusive.
You heard it here. And I was like, Robert Rodriguez, me name dropping. Like, I know everything.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I think he's remaking it. And I was like, oh, fun. Like, we love that. It's a staple in Austin. And she's like, oh, that's great. But I was like, I loved you in that movie. And she's like, oh, thank you. And then I did have to go, you guys. So, si me andaba miando. So I'm like, okay, all right. So then like I went to the stall, and then she like left. And then
can I tell you, okay, I've known you for a while. I feel like you're a very calm, cool, and collected person. This story is shocking. I've never heard you this vulnerable before. Were you shocked with yourself too?
Well, I was nervous, but also I was
But that's real ballsy.
Yeah. But if I'm just a fan, I feel like that's flattering
Yeah,
too, right?
Totally.
I
mean, maybe not the bathroom, but
yeah. Maybe not the bathroom.
Still, kind of going back on the topic of school horror stories. So I don't have a ghost story, but we did have. So we were kind of considered the ghetto school at the time.
Why?
So I'm from. Can I say where I'm from? McAllen. I'm from McAllen, Texas. We have 3 high schools. There's Memorial High School, there's Mac High, and then there's Nicky Rowe. And I went to Nicky Rowe High School.
Comment below, which one did you go to?
Warriors. We're the Nicky Rowe Warriors. And when the school song would come on, we would do this. Yes. I don't know if they still do it though. Anyway.
Write a letter.
That's another horror right there. So we were like the newer school, and I think when the school opened, it was like in the 90s or something like that. Like, that's kind of like where everyone wanted to go. But I think over time it became like more ghetto, I guess. Because Mac High was McAllen High School. That was the oldest school, so it had like a legacy to it. And then where Memorial was, because it kind of gerrymandered it to where like more of the wealthy kids would go to Memorial, and then the rest would go to Nicky Rowe. Anyway, we had a year or two where something called the Riots happened at our school.
The Riots trademark.
The Riots
TM.
at Nicky Rowe High School circa 2008 maybe. And it was a series of events where somebody would go and pull the fire alarm. Everyone would evacuate, and there would either be fights outside, One time, kids broke into where the swimming pool was. They like broke the glass, and a bunch of them like jumped into the pool. At one point, one of the wrestling coaches slash history teacher almost got in a fist fight with somebody.
Coaches are always teaching history.
They almost got in a fist fight with somebody outside while we're all lined up trying to go inside. At one point, one time, so they pulled the fire alarm. We went back in. Fireworks were being popped inside. I'm not fucking joking. And then another time, somebody threw a bag of shit and it landed on top of her. The riots. Nicaragua High School.
Okay, the equivalent of that at I went to Martin, and everybody calls it La Martin. So the equivalent
was
of that.
Was it the ghetto school?
I mean, people would say that, I guess. Yeah, and it's the one closest to the border as well. So it's the one that people who come from across the border would go to.
Yeah.
And what happened there is that they would call bomb threats.
Oh, that was so big
which
back in the
meant
day.
that like we just spent fucking 3 hours outside until everything was clear
in the sun.
But they would just do that to fuck around, right? And maybe it was also for fights. It was like to get people outside, like whoever you wanted to beat up, to get them outside and fight them. But they would do that shit all the time, and I'm like, no se cansan. I'm like, it's fucking hot outside.
You're like, I'm trying to learn, you guys.
You guys, let's all learn. And it was also like, it's fucking hot outside.
But it was kind of exciting because you're like over school or whatever.
You don't do anything.
Especially if it happened in the morning and then like you'd waste time and then lunch would happen afterwards. That was great. But yeah, fireworks inside, dude. Like smoke. I remember smoke. Like going up the stairs and like hearing fireworks. I was like, what the fuck is happening? But I remember as early, and I guess this is post 9/11, like as early as middle school, which when would that have been? I graduated high school 2010, so then
that would be like 2004 to 2000.
I remember middle school there was bomb threats.
Yeah.
In middle school, like that long ago. Did y'all ever have like were you notorious for like fights or anything like that?
I feel like yes, but everybody was always fighting. And
the girls are fighting.
Across the street, the way that it is like it's in one block is like a couple of schools. It's a big block. So it's like a high school, middle school. There's also like a football field, a baseball field, and maybe an elementary school. So it's like a really big block. So to go from the high school, you would have to or go in front of the middle school to get to the other corner where the Circle K or the Stripes was. Mm-hmm. And that's where everybody would fight. Because, you can't be on school grounds. So they'd be like, un round atrás del Circle K. Like,
well, how would the message go around? Just by like...
Yeah, just like that. Like, oh, someone's going to fight behind the Circle K.
Did you ever go?
No.
You're like, I'm a good girl. I don't do that.
I feel like I always miss the fun. Although one time in middle school, somebody that I was friends with, like she was pretty, like she was I would say compared to me, like she hit puberty. Like people liked her, the guys loved her, and I feel like she had a lot of haters because of that.
Yeah. So
one time we're walking home, and it's like me and her, and maybe a couple of other friends, but we're all kind of like just walking home, and then this fucking truck pulls up, and it's a woman, like it's a mom driving, and the fucking girls get out, like I'm assuming her daughters, and start beating up my friend.
What did you do?
Well, my shame is that I didn't do anything because I was dude, I feel like, picture me in like 6th grade.
You were tiny.
I estoy chiquilla, like los pinches lentes, like.
You're there with your middle part.
Like I would have gotten my ass kicked. I didn't feel like getting my ass kicked, and I know for sure I would have.
It was just you and her. Or there was other friends with her.
There was other friends. So I think some of our other friends stepped in, but I was more like, "You got this, you got this." Like I was just like,
"You're like, I'll see you later."
I mean, I'm gonna stand in the shade. Like
you're like, "You guys, I can't get my hoops off."
Yeah, I was
can't.
like, "Oh my god, you guys, like, tap me in when you need me." But like, obviously, I'm like, it's taking a step back every time because I did not want to get my ass kicked.
Did they fuck her up? Was it bad? Or was it like...
No, I think it was a pretty like even fight.
Good for her.
Where like they're like hitting each other, and then they get it out, and then they like disperse. I feel like that's how it went down.
Yeah.
But this friend, I actually don't even know what happened like to her, because I don't remember that we went to the same high school, so we must have lost touch after she moved. So, and then I honestly don't know, like, if she's married, I wouldn't be able to find her today because I wouldn't know her name. But
you guys got this.
Yeah, but
I'll be
I
over
was like,
here.
but I just, like, she had haters because she was developed. Guys thought she was hot, and girls hated that.
Yeah.
So she got in another fight too, and I remember like holding her stuff, like, but that was a one-on-one, so that was more fair for me to hold your stuff,
right? Like you got this.
Like you got this. But she was the first person I knew that would get her nails done. And I'm in 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure this was still 6th grade, and she agarró la girl like that from her hair. Her fucking nail came off, like her fake and her real nail.
Oof.
And she had like some blood, maybe from a lip or something, but like she kicked ass.
She
like,
held her own.
She held her own.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was holding her backpack, and I was like, Obviously, I've never been in those situations, and I don't even think, even today, you could probably kick my ass. I can't.
Yeah.
My toxic trait is that I feel like I could fight, but maybe not.
I feel like high school is definitely like a horror show in its own way.
Oh, no, definitely.
Like, I didn't have a bad time, but like, even as an adult, I feel like a lot of shame that I didn't have like a stereotypical high school experience. Like, we had friends, but we were all quiet. Like, we would hang out at coffee shops. Like, we weren't like at the football games, or like, we weren't like at parties drinking, or like being hot and cool, and like, you know what I mean? I feel like there's that American pressure to have that. But then I think about it, like, and there's some Europeans who are like, oh yeah, like we see that in the movies. Like we think that's like everybody's experience.
Yeah.
Like in high school, it's like, it's not.
Thinking about it, I feel like I did have some of that experience of like going to football games.
Well, I was in band, so I was already at the football
because
games.
Being a pretty girl, I just had to make appearances everywhere. But no, like one of our friends from high school, still know him to this day. Like he threw house parties, so like that's where I would go and hang out. But
were you a drinker?
Yeah. No,
not really. Were you there just like make fun of people, kind of?
I was there to want to be cool.
Oh, okay. To be seen, but not heard. Pretty people should not be heard.
Girl, I swear. I
mean, if you could go back and like change anything, would you? Like, would you change your attitude towards something? Would you be?
I think a lot of like my attitude was like mean in a way that's all my defense mechanism was. Like, are you kidding me? I was not about to get my ass kicked outside of the Circle K, so my way was words, and so I do think I hurt feelings in that way.
Okay, it kind of reminds me of 30 Rock when Tina Fey's like, I was the nerd.
Oh yeah.
And then they come up to her, she's like, hey, she's like,
oh, something about your mom.
How's your mom's pill addiction
going?
Was that you? Was that you? Oh my god.
Low key, I have a memory of me being like that, and I'm like, okay, I was mean. And there were some people I was mean to. And when I think about it today, I'm like, I was mean because I was insecure, and all I had going for me was being mean in that way.
It's so weird how high school is almost like this little environment. It feels medieval. It's like whoever has the most power wins.
Yes.
And then you do feel like you're powerless. So then you have to like, well, what am I good at? Am I good at like reading people? Am I good at sports? Am I good looking? Like you have to like figure these things out. And then if you don't have those things,
who you hang out with.
Yeah.
I would say that like I had the people I was friends with like were well known, but it's also like everybody knows each other. So it's like
there's just always a group that's the loudest. And then that group also typically usually has the most good looking people. That's just like the facts of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when people say popular, they just mean those who are the loudest and those who maybe have the better looking ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's that whole like by association thing. So I remember my brother-in-law was like, hey, were you popular? And I was like, no. But then I talked about, I don't know, something that we did. I was like, oh yeah, well, we would go to the football games, and then afterwards we would all get together at Taco Palenque. And then he's like, okay, so you were popular. And I was like, no. And then I was like, oh, like I dated so-and-so. And it's like, that sounds popular to me. And I'm here to tell you, ladies, it's not worth it.
Don't marry the football player.
Don't marry the football player.
You're like, it does not get better.
I mean, I see some of the girlies that I went to high school with or know who are my age, not necessarily went to high school with, who married those types of men. And I'm just going to say it doesn't look great, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, because you stay in that like high school mindset. I mean, I'm glad, like, I think my mom would have loved for me to stay in the Valley and gone to the local university, but I don't think I would have grown as a person at all. I think I had to come here and like, I mean, I'll just say it, like in the Valley, like you're the majority, like you're Latino. Like I think in my grade, there was probably maybe like 20 white people. And then we had like a few black people, a few Indian people, maybe a few people who are Filipino, whatever. So coming here where like you're the minority, and then you also have people of different socioeconomic backgrounds. I mean, when I moved here, I felt like a country bumpkin.
Really?
I mean, and then I went.
I felt very India, I would say.
Yeah, totally. Like, and I mean, I also went to a private school, so there's just people with money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you feel less than. So for me, I thought college was going to be like a change, but it felt almost the same.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I just had more freedom.
Okay, the popular girls changed from being the popular girls that were in, like for me, in my perspective, the popular girls changed from being like who they were from my hometown, like that specific group, to white girls. Like that's when I was like, oh shit, there's a ton of white girls here, and they're all pretty and white and blue-eyed.
Yeah, totally. No, I know what you mean. I feel, yeah, like I was already insecure in high school, and then coming here, seeing like hot white guys, I was like, oh, like not only am I not what I don't think is attractive, I'm also like not white either. Yeah. I don't look like that. So the horrors
of high school. But me saying this, recapping this, it's not coming from a place of like
bitterness.
Yeah. Because it's truly not. Like,
yeah, that's your reality. That's how you felt.
Like it's at this point, what happened in 2007 truly doesn't mean anything today.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, the only thing I wish I could go back and do is just be a little bit more like not care about things. Also, I don't think that I would have wanted to do band because there was a lot of.
I would have wanted to do band. I didn't do band, and
No,
like
okay. There's a stereotype that band people are like really nice or whatever. Not my band. There's a lot of really mean guys. Especially
the
like
stereotype that I knew was that band people were freaky and they were the ones that were having sex.
I mean, I wasn't, but maybe other people were. I mean, maybe they were because a lot of band people would like date each other. So if you're dating each other, and then band people like. Two, you had somewhere to go after school ended. You could hang out in the band room. So like, I'm sure people were getting caught like making out in the practice room.
People took a lot of trips, a lot of competitions, that too, a lot of dark buses.
But at least like when I went to school, when I was in band, there was just a lot of like, I mean, I wasn't out in high school, but like clearly I looked effeminate. I was really skinny. Like I looked probably weak to them. So it was easy for them to make fun of me for being gay, especially in like drumline where it's like a bunch of dudes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I probably would have wanted to either like, I don't know, smack a bitch, I guess, if I could have, or just like not been in that environment to begin with. Because I don't feel like, you know, because going into high school, like it's already stressful enough. I feel like it did impact like my confidence a little bit. You know what I mean?
I think I would have stuck to my own more. Not like my own personality. I mean, like, what I truly believed in, what I truly wanted to do, and not like try to make people like me so much. Yeah. I feel like that would be my learning lesson.
It's hard to do. It is weird when you start like in elementary, you're all kind of like a unit, and then once you get in middle school, it's like good luck. Yeah.
Like my best friend from like elementary school was not someone who was my best friend in like middle school or high school. My best friend who was in middle school was not at all my friend in high school. Like it's just those things change so much. Yeah. And like yeah, I feel like I would have tried to be less of a people pleaser and stuck more to my own. And like, I mean, when I met my husband, I was like, this is who I am. Yeah. I am that bitch. Yeah. And I feel like I said that. I feel like I was like, I'm that bitch. And if that's not okay with you, that's fine. Right. Like, that's not on me. Yeah. And I think that's what it all came down to in like, me coming out of my cocoon.
Right. I mean, I'm kind of grateful that maybe I didn't have that stereotypical high school experience being the popular one or whatever, because I do feel like I've grown more. And then also, I mean, frankly, I think being really young looking when you're in high school and like being really thin kind of works out for you when you get older, because
Yes.
I don't feel like I look as old.
I would say that that's why I didn't have, well, one, I didn't have boyfriends because I wasn't allowed to. My mom didn't like, she didn't let me have a boyfriend until I was 18.
Yeah.
But I also feel like a reason, I was like, okay, mom, it's not like I'm fighting them off. Like nobody was like trying to bag me.
Right.
Because I also, like, I looked little. I would really consider myself a late bloomer.
Oh, me too.
I didn't get my period till I was like either 7th or 8th grade.
Me too. I'm just kidding.
And so because of that, like, I don't think I was seen as like my friend in 6th grade who got beat up was seen.
I mean, maybe thank God, right?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that brought a lot of like, that changed things for girls. Like, once they started developing,
that must be
puberty,
weird.
like, yeah, that's, yeah.
Even like probably like
to be
getting
hated because people want you.
or even stares from adult men.
Oh yeah.
When you're 15 or 16.
No, for sure. Oh, I had this real creepy teacher who would like pick up my iPod and like go through it and be like,
Was he hovering over you?
Yeah.
But every school has that creepy teacher.
Like, these teachers, they were brothers and they taught different things. I had both of them and they were both fucking creeps. Like, would look at the girls. And when I say the girls, I mean like not me. Like, like, obviously not me. But I would catch them like looking at like all the other girls and I'm like, you guys are fucking disgusting.
Yeah, totally.
And that's the horrors of high school.
But I will say, I do love that some of the girls were like, I'm going to take advantage of this.
No, I mean,
and they're like,
it's because it's not on them. It's
Yeah.
not on them. Like, girls hating on girls because they were like because they were the hot ones and like they were just jealous of them. Like, that's not their fault.
Yeah.
Like, sis just got a period when she was in 5th grade, and that sucks.
And that's on period.
Because then they're sexualized on period.
Yeah.
That's period. Because they're sexualized so early. And girls hate each other for that. Guys are disgusting barfos because of that.
And it hasn't gotten any better because now girls, if they develop early, they can also like put on makeup to look even older now too.
But also these new generations, they're looking more grown.
Well, that's we can cut this off, but I just want to talk to you about this. That the culture of like being a preteen is like it's over.
Gone.
It's gone. There's no like preteen
There's no
magazines.
awkward phase.
There's no like stores where it's like they have a preteen section.
Yes.
It's just like adult. You go from child to adult.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fellow brujas, witches. What is a group of witches called?
Coven.
I was gonna say clan.
A pod. A clan. Not the clan.
No, not the clan.
Not the clan.
So to our coven, to our bad bitch, Barrio Bitch coven, we wish you a very spooky Halloween. May you look hot in any costume you wear and have fun. Stay safe out there and avoid the red pillars.
Bye.
Bye.